Hello everyone, this is In Song Hwang Eitan in Europe. This is the game that I play against a professional player. Nine Dan, professional player. I play as black. Let's see how things goes. Okay, which one? Okay, let me go with the general option. Okay. So again, it will be quite classic. Approach low, while response to this one or this one, then entering the corner or approaching. One of them I would choose. Okay, I play against a professional player like this in order to train myself. I'm living in Europe, so it is not easy to get updated information. But the one I play against is quite active, actively teaching Go. So have a lot of knowledge, experience. So I learn it from him. Learned it from him. Mm-hmm. Okay, extend. My opponent is very good at the opening part, especially the opening part. And I believe that my weakest part is the opening part. So opening is the one that I mainly focus. So that's why I play uh, many, multiple games for the opening up to like 80 moves. That is how this game goes. So at some point, when I think that it is enough, I stop, and therefore I try many experimental stuff that some variations that I have seen in pros games, recent pros games. I don't know the details, then I try to make that situation so I get an information about it. That's pretty useful. That's pretty useful for me to teach. So yeah, I should keep taking this time. Approach is high, so touch low to make the general pattern shape. And after connection and jump, I suppose my opponent would play here. Okay, not this. Many people play like this one to follow like proper form. But if I place any move around here, the connection between this wise pattern and that pattern doesn't make a good connection. So in this case, normally I place like this one. But it doesn't mean that it is bad for black. Maybe I can leave it because that white three stones are not attackable. So white just left. Okay, so it means that white just blocks this way in order to use this part at some point. Okay. Counter pincer. Normally, after taking this pincer, that distance, approaching distance, is a bit awkward. But I like this because this continuation is good. Okay, so I can get close and thread the corner. Okay, that's why. Why just go on white's way? Mm. So when black plays like this, many people worry about that two stones and try to respond immediately. But there's no good way to surround and take this group by one move. Then there's no reason to be in hurry. Okay. Okay. And now that three stones are kinda weak. The first idea what I had in my mind is just escaping. Especially my opponent gave point but got this thickness in order to do something around here. So let me play this one to go out to block this potential and getting closer to threat. This move black has a good continuation. This knight move and extension makes pretty good solid shape. So I plan to do it. White may respond, then I need to give that side but get the thickness. So with the thickness I need to enter around here to threat this group. Okay. So if I take one, I need to give one. If I give one, then I can take one. Okay. So especially in the opening stage, you don't need to be hurry. It's like I always explain in this way. The opening stage is the stage that the point, let's say money, lots of paper money are on the ground. So there are like $20 or $10 or $100, $50 on the floor. So you can just pick it. Okay. So if your opponent goes and then says that I picked $50, dollar, I got the $50. Then you shouldn't envy him that he got 50, so what about me? I'm doing nothing. You don't need to think like that, but instead you go and pick it. Okay. So when your opponent wants to take something, give it but take. So don't believe that what your opponent took is the best. Maybe it is not, because your opponent is not perfect. My opponent is close to the perfection. But in general, no. So don't need to worry about it. That's pretty, interesting movement, because this wise knight move is sent there here and this. Then it's like dog's face shape, quite good form. That's why my opponent played. What I can imagine is this one. It's a bit lukewarm. Push and jump. That's what I want. But to push, it's tempting, because even if I place here, it leaves the weakness. So I want to aim that weakness. Pushes the one that I want to play. I'm gonna extend and I need to answer. But black's group is big. I don't want to get surrounded. So if I want something simple, then I can just escape. Like this or jump. Even this jump looks okay too. One of them while pushing to go harsh. So like this, if I just place, simply, then I don't give much impact on my opponent's shape, but my group is safe. But if I play this one, then it's more risky, but I can expect more. So more risk, you have more return. Or just jump. Okay. I can later push. So I focus on separating those two groups. I just jumped. Okay. So in general, jump is the way, but I want to play something like this. Because I always feel that jump, okay, good for me, but it doesn't impact much on my opponent's shape, so I want to go one line more. But in this case, jump looks okay because I can surround. Okay, let me just jump. Why can't I jump too? After exchange. Maybe I could have answered attach and tiger mouth. Maybe that was better. Okay. I don't want to tenuki because I can attach here to secure the corner. So I want to attach, but the wedge is working. I shouldn't play this one, but attach right away. Attach and tiger mouth. Okay. Here exchange attach. But still wedge and connection can leave the cutting point. That's annoying. I should be able to go out here to give the corner and cut. Okay. Let me try. It's a bit unusual. Normally, when I try something unusual, then it turns to a bad move, especially against this guy. But let's try. What I want is, why is this hane? If I place hane, then I can connect to make this group thicker. I don't need to worry about the cut and squeeze. But at the same time, white hane connection may go down, but that group is a bit thin. Black and peep, then that group has only one eye. There's only one eye, and this across attach can break the shape of this group. So that kind of stuff I can aim it. So that's why I applied it. So why is wedge? If I wedges, I only can atari and connect. Then my opponent can push and cut. That is so painful. Is the ladder working? No, ladder isn't working, so I may even apply that too. But if I wedges here, I'm thinking about going out. Block, then I can cut. So my opponent wouldn't do. Oh, so after here, my opponent would try to save the group in the corner, and I cut. So it's like deal. That I give the corner, but I take an advantage to attack this. If after block and connection my opponent cuts and can take this one stone, then I wouldn't choose this option. But since my opponent cannot, I'm hesitating because point is big. I don't want to lose a point. Even if I cut, can I get benefit from this three? Like here and here? Probably not. Since the ladder is working, I think it's a better idea to play like this. Tiger mouse must be a bit better. I'm gonna push. My style is a bit to an aggressive side, and my opponent's style is more to the calm side. And often when I go a little bit too far, it turns as like an overplay, and I give chance to my opponent. Would white Atari and cover? like Atari call, then I can take this. It's okay. As long as this black's group is okay, I'm okay. So I'm basically taking profit. This is quite important because most of them, the patterns were some, variation end up with like point versus like potential. That one takes more cash, one takes more like potential. Then you should you should check that I'm on the potential side or territory side. If you got more points like this, cash, then you should mind that at some point you should negotiate and give some because you already got some. So even if you give some, it should be okay. But active, aggressive type players often cannot endure that. So instead of giving points, even though they already got points, they try to get more and more, and it gives a lot of points. It makes the big damage. Just cover. Okay. I have two options. I can just play here or push once and take it. Push once and take looks better to me. But in any case, it could have become a bit thin. Okay, that's what I should take it. Okay. If I blocks, then I can cut. I don't think that white will block. So I connect. Okay. So here, if I cut, then my opponent can Atari and still can use like center moves to make this group weaker. If I don't like it, then I need to bend here to let my opponent extend. After one, maybe bending. Maybe don't even necessary to bend, but take care of the group myself separately. God, is so tempting. Just collect points. It's a bit scary to keep collecting points because that black's group is a bit unstable, but I think I can manage. So it is only the 10-minute game. I'm nearly out of my time, so bear me will begin. But in the most of the games, don't try to read everything. Like I know that the Western, especially the Western players, they like to have like in control position where they follow the logic. I don't know, but okay, let's try. They feel like it's illogical to make that kind of decision. But in this game, of course, you cannot read everything. So you need to follow your feeling that I don't know, I can read only about 60%, but I feel like that this move is working, then you better make the quick decision and go there because otherwise you spend too much time. My opponent go on a side way. Okay. I should choose. No, Atari is the first idiom, which captures my mind. Okay. Don't have time, so I should just follow it. If I just extend, my opponent can also extend. That makes pretty good shape for my opponent, so I didn't want to. Okay. Anyway, so you should train your intuition before the game and follow that feeling in many cases. Not try to read everything and hold one part that I need to read 100% out. Then you will get bear me soon, and there will be a trouble. Okay, my opponent is also in bear me. Okay, need to connect, then it means that one wants to just block. And then try to surround this group. Okay. It's tempting to play Hane and diagonal move. That's better for making my group thinner. Or instead I should just play here.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4,
let's do it. Because if I just connect, my opponent extend, which makes the next move a bit awkward. I cannot just step back, I cannot play here, so I decide to choose the option that I don't have this kind of dilemma. I don't like to get dilemma. Okay, and now I'm gonna move. Block, then I can attach later, so this one is the better one. Okay, just Atari. Oh, okay. Then now I need to take care of this group. Okay, how to take care of this group? Okay. Knight move is the one captures my mind. First, peep. If I can peep and give this an out.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, let me peep. Okay. In my experience, my opponent like nearly never connect this kind of stuff. So I'm thinking that he would resist it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Resist it. Okay. Never. Believe me, really, never. He answered. I cannot cut. That wasn't my plan. My plan was to go out. So I should attach.
10 seconds. 1, 2,
A knight move.
4, 5.
Okay, let's attach. Because in case my group gets thicker, I could even cut. So my opponent need to worry about that. So I'm threatening my opponent that, you know what, I have cutting points. So if I get my friends here, I can fight. Watch out. My opponent may accept that or says, okay, go ahead.
5, 6, 7.
And this one, this is the one. So after here, if my opponent extend, then this is so bad exchange. But I can cut. Okay. That's my threat. I think my opponent need to take that threat. Would he take that threat? I hope my opponent takes the threat and play any move around here and let me play Hane. If I can play Hane, I would feel quite good. Or cut.
10 seconds.
It's okay. My opponent takes that threat. I like it. I already feel that I won. Okay. So extend, and maybe I should leave it. Oh, so my opponent doesn't follow my lead. I should cut once and extend to let my opponent play here, and I'm planning to play this one. So if I have that plan, my opponent would know that. That's also very important, that you predict what your opponent wanted to do and resist it. So let's see whether my opponent just plays this one to let me play here or do something.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So my opponent force me to answer. So he basically wanted to take center. That's what he wants to do. Even if I extend, can I threat this?
10 seconds. 1,
Good question.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I need to spend one turn, one period of my Burmi, which is precious. It's so tempting to block like this because it can threat this group and can make this group stable.
1,
I can avoid. I can avoid. So it's over like 70, so it's already the time that I should stop
4,
the game.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
This head of two stones, in general, you shouldn't take it. But in this case, honey, okay, I answer. I can make a good shape, so it's not bad. So that kind of principles that, oh, you should not take the head of two stones. When you see those two stones, you should hit the head. You need to know that, but it doesn't mean that you need to follow all the time. You're playing a game, and principle helps you, not opposite. My opponent twists the situation because he wants to make tiger mouth. Or hane and tiger mouth he wants to do. Oh, that's painful. I need to play hane then.
1, 2, 3,
In order to... Would my opponent play? No, he wouldn't play that. He would play like this. It's actually a problem for me. Okay. I should endure like this. This tiger mouse I cannot accept it. So my opponent cuts now. Anyway, this happened.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Okay.
7, 8,
Okay, need to atari and I think it's time. Okay, I need to play more games, so let me stop it, and then we'll come back with the review later. Okay, see you. So hello again. I came here to share the insight of this game that I played. In fact, there are not many things I can tell because everything was just normal up to this part. This one I like it because what I played to continue like this as black is good. That one looks a bit lukewarm. Maybe it's a bit too close. So okay. And after exchange white tenuki. Okay, that exchange is good for black for taking points, but white blocked black's potential here. While if black plays this or continue, black can have nice area, but this exchange already blocks it. And I was expecting that my opponent plays here. This one must be bad because the connection between these two are bad. You made one pattern, you made one other pattern, so it should be okay. But it is not because that doesn't make the good synergy effect. So that's why shouldn't do. So he said that he considered this, but it was a bit boring. So he wanted to choose something more interesting. So this one, proper move, going out, proper move. This one, it was unexpected, but well, why not? Is it? And jump. I hesitate between this move or other moves, but here I can extend, then there's no such a good continuation that I can make it. And later, if I got a chance to surround somehow, then I'll feel quite stuffy, so that's why I jumped to separate it. And after here, black may attach and play this one to make the connection more effectively, but I think it's just okay. But this one, okay, the initial idea, the reason why I attach it is because I want to do this one, and then I quickly removed this idea because it goes out like this. Then I felt that what can I get it? Why gonna save, and I need to still play for the outside. It's pretty thick. Should be a good option, but just didn't feel like to do it. So before I play here, I was worrying about this one because I need to stand in this corner, but need to give this one. Okay, but I thought that it should be okay, so that's why I played it. But my opponent said that this is bigger than what I got here. I agree. So my judgment wasn't right. So he suggested to play here. It looks quite slow, but it should be like a proper option. Okay, but because of that, and I didn't execute this, so my opponent got a chance to squeeze it. He said that he thought about this one, but just decided to play here. And good, okay, everything's good. So I got points, but my opponent takes nice thickness. And this one he regret. He thought that maybe just connection was okay, because it's like after here I play this one and white attaches and hane, which is white doesn't need it. White may just go out like that. Okay, so attach was okay. Here then I plan to cut. Okay, but it was okay, happy enough to connect and make the stronger connection. And I play hane. So you see that when I expect something that if my opponent plays here, I can play this, then my opponent resists it. Okay. And here, if my opponent plays here, I can atari once and then play here, then resist it. That is quite tough. And when I played here, I didn't expect this, but it was so good. Why cannot do this? Because of the card. But this exchange allow white to play this. Then black's shape would get very ugly. So I cannot endure, and this one is looking for the cut, so quite tough. Okay, so I played hane to force white to answer and then do something, but white cuts, and then the situation wasn't good for me. Okay, so here, even though I got profit, I got pressed by this card and cover. That wasn't good. So instead of this one, I could play here, or I'll just save it like this, then should be a lot better. Well, instead of this one, black may start the first move to look for surrounding. That is possible too, but okay, I couldn't make it. And this one, eventually it turns as a good result for white. I got points, but it was too flat. So I can say that it was a good, white got a good position. Okay, I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot from this short game and review. See you next time. Bye bye.